Hey guys, Professor Paul CIATTO, World Gym Brewster. Today is old school fitness. Let's get to it. Guys, the first thing you need to do when you start any exercise program is you've got to warm up properly. The biggest thing is a dynamic warm up, moving your body, not stretching. Probably the oldest and the most popular thing to do is get on the treadmill. You need to do this for at least 15 minutes. Increase the incline, increase the speed, do whatever you need to do. Get your heart rate up, break a small sweat. This is a pre-core multi-use cage. You can do a multitude of body parts on it, but today we're going to do shoulders on this. Specifically, the physical exercise I demonstrated is something that is probably the most important thing for you to do no matter what you're training that day. I can tell you from a standpoint of anatomy, physiology, and professionally speaking, people need to do more pulling exercise than pushing exercises. And having suffered a pretty significant shoulder injury, this is a staple to my routines no matter what I'm doing that day. The biggest thing as well when you're training is breathing. We all learn how to breathe, naturally, whatever the activity is. Specifically, whether you're grappling, whether you're lifting weights, whether you're running on a treadmill, at the end of the day, do not adhere to this idea of, well, how do I breathe? You breathe as to what you're comfortable doing. Guys, just doing some internal, external rotation exercises, basically to get the shoulders ready and warmed up. Again, this is an old school workout regimen, but we're using new school techniques to get yourself ready. I'm talking to you professionally right now as a doctor, that the biggest thing that is ignored is the preparatory work to train. That's getting the nervous system to fire and the tissues ready to do work. Next thing we're going to demonstrate is something called a trap bar deadlift. For many years throughout my career, I always did conventional deadlifts. The beauty of the trap bar deadlift is that you really can't do it wrong. And more importantly, it's a great exercise that really mimics and accentuates anything athletically you're gonna do. You're gonna get most of your anterior chain work as well as posterior chain, and essentially it's a squat from the floor. Let me demonstrate. I personally like to use the smaller plates and build the poundages outward, and the reason I do that is because I want to be able to get the range to the floor. If I use the big plates, I'm not going to get down as deep into the trap bar deadlift that I want to. I'm going to be here instead of being here to the floor where I want to be. Okay, so that's the first thing. So first thing is I'm going to get down here. I'm going to grab the bar like so. I'm going to center myself. My feet are even, about shoulder width apart. My head's up. My back is straight. My arms are just hooks. From here, I'm going to push my heels through the floor. Come straight up, hips forward. Back down and up. It works every muscle in the body. Your cardiovascular system, you will breathe heavy. As you can tell just in that little bit of time. Just got off the mats too, so I'm trying to come down first. But that little time, every major muscle group is going to be worked, okay? And it mimics athleticism. That is the one thing. Everything's old school, but you gotta add the new school technology and thought processes to be the best you can be. Guys, wrapping it up. Eat, sleep, lift, train. You have to do all those things. That's what it's about. That's where you get the results. At the end of the day, you're going to get physical and mental clarity like you wouldn't believe, on top of all the things in here that we're going to go over in the coming weeks. Again, eat, sleep, lift, and train. That's old school. That's how I do it. See you next time.